Do you notice anything different? I'll give you a minute or two to think about it. It's not my kitchen, so there are no new aprons on the wall, nothing like that. It's about me, okay? It's about me. And it's not my hair. I mentioned in my last kitchen vlog that I cut my own hair, so. And I'm not dyeing my hair to get rid of the gray. I don't mind the gray at all. Hey, I've got hair. I know people who don't. There's a guy who lives in this town who will not go out of the house without a hat on because he's so insecure about going bald. So it's not about that. I'll give you a hint. It's not a new shirt, but there's something different about this shirt. Let me go back further so you can get a better look at it. Fewer wrinkles. Fewer wrinkles. Okay, here's the story. I was in Costco earlier this week, and it's just Costco's right down the street. I can walk over there, and oftentimes I do. So I was in there, and I noticed this product, a garment steamer, on the shelf. Now, I'm not one given to impulse buying. I'll see something, I'll look at it, where is it made? Do I want to buy it if it's made in China? Oftentimes I don't if it's made in China, especially if food is going to go into it. And I put it back on the shelf because the shelf tag didn't indicate that it was kind of a low inventory item. Here's the trick with shelf tags at Costco. If you shop at Costco, almost all the prices for appliances and things, not for food, but almost everything ends with 99 cents. If it's down to 77 cents, like this steamer was $39.99, $40. If it had been marked down to say $35.77, the 77 indicates that it's a clearance item. They're trying to get rid of the last few that they have in stock. If you're going to buy it now. And then look in the upper right-hand corner of the white tag that's magnetically attached to the shelf. If there's an asterisk on the tag, it means it's a one-time only purchase. Seasonal items, like Christmas items, might have that on it. Or if they buy all of the items that a company is selling, maybe they're getting rid of their old inventory because they're coming out with a new model. So they sell the older models cheap. Costco buys them up. It's a limited inventory, so they put a little asterisk on the shelf. Again, if you're going to buy it, don't wait because it might not be there the next time you go to Costco. This didn't have any indication like that. So I went home and I thought about it for a while. What I do with my shirts, because I don't want to ruin my shirts. These are my show shirts. I've talked about that before. I only use these in videos. I don't wear these shirts when I go out and have lunch or dinner with friends or whatever, go to a barbecue or a picnic. I don't wear these shirts. These are my show shirts. They're more like costumes to wear in front of the camera. And I'm very fussy about them. So I don't wash them in the laundry room. I don't have a washer and dryer here in my mobile home. I have to use the laundry room if I bother. Some things I'll wash. But what happened one day is I brought clothes home from washing them in the laundry room. They came home dirtier than when I brought them down there to wash. I decided that's it, no more. And another thing that happened, I had bought some brand new bed sheets. And you know how they have that factory smell when you take them out of the package, so you wash them first before you put them on the bed. I brought them home. Somebody had spilt bleach in and around the washer. There were these big white blotches on the sheet. And they were usable, but it bothered me that brand new, I just bought these things and they were already sort of ruined. So what I did with my show shirts, and even other shirts that I wear, clothes, trousers as well, I don't wash them in the laundry room. I wash them by hand. I set up a 5-gallon bucket. I put laundry detergent and hot water in there, and then I put the clothes in there and let them sit all day long, because the soap and the laundry detergent will, little by little, it'll dissolve any skin oil that gets into the shirt. And then I can scrub out some of the dirtier areas, like around the collar and so forth. And then rinse them really well, and then wring them out before I hang them over the tub to dry. Well, it's that wringing them out that puts all of these wrinkles in my shirts. And I'm not going to iron. I hate to iron. I mean, it takes me 20, 25 minutes to decent iron a shirt. I used to tell people, because they would see me in a mass of wrinkles, Dennis, don't you ever iron? I go, no, it's against my religion. They look at me. God created cotton. If God had meant us to be wrinkle-free wearing cotton, he would have created cotton with the Stay Pressed label. It worked. It worked for me anyways. Okay. Even if I don't wring out the fabric, even if I just soaking wet, dripping, hang them on the line over the bathtub, they're going to have wrinkles in them. I just can't get rid of them. But I put up with the wrinkles because I'm not gonna iron. Well, I found this steamer, and after looking at some shirts that I had hanging over the bathtub that day, I thought, I'm going to buy it. This is what it looks like. This is it right here. You fill this tank with water, and then you plug it in. A little light blinks to indicate that it's warming up. When the light stops blinking and stays on, then it's fully heated. And then you press one of two buttons. One's a regular steam button, and then there's a turbo steam button for more wrinkled fabrics, my shirts. And then you just go over it. You kind of pull the fabric down a little bit to kind of pull it a little bit taut, and then you just go over it gently with the steam. And it steams out the wrinkles. Takes me, I timed myself, anywhere from 6 to 7 minutes to iron a shirt or steam a shirt. Now, granted, it doesn't come out as crisp and wrinkle-free as proper ironing, but believe me, this is a vast improvement over what I had before. So that's something new. I have my steamer now. In all my future videos, you'll see me with fewer wrinkles on my shirt. I wanted to cover one other thing, and now the news. Because I'm probably going to get rid of my Vlogging the News channel. I'm already doing cleaning up and preparation. I have to get rid of a lot of links. There's links all over the place to my Vlogging the News. It's just not doing well. I didn't do it right. I made a lot of mistakes, and it's too late now to fix them. But this channel is it's not doing well. It's doing better, let's just say. But this news article I got from yesterday that I thought was amusing. This is the Washington Post. Please stop manspreading on public transportation, Madrid officials say. I saw this article and I thought, what's manspreading? I've never heard about manspreading. And it's supposedly, it's been coined into the English language a couple, 3 years ago. It's when a person sits down, a guy, it's almost always a guy, and they spread their legs. So their legs are like out at a 90-degree angle. It's comfortable for the guy, and it's such a habit that the guy doesn't even think about it. Now, I don't use public transportation. I have a car, and most of the time I can just walk to the store when I need something. But I've sat next to somebody who's manspread. I used to be religious. So I used to go to these Bible study meetings, and I remember sitting next to some guys, and the chairs are kind of packed close together. They sit down, and they just spread their legs. And I'm like, I'm squirmed over, trying to hint, hey, even bump my knees against his, hoping he would get the message. But he just kind of squirms a little bit and continues his manspreading. I'll tell you what's worse, though. Feet. I have issues with feet. I don't like feet. And it was because of my dad. He would come home from work. He was a barber, and standing all day. And he would come into the house, take his shoes off, and literally peel his socks off of his feet. And to me, that was just so gross. I just think feet are gross. Now, this house that we would meet in for our Bible study, the people who owned the home, they didn't want to spend a lot of money shampooing their carpets off. And so they asked us to please take our shoes off before we went in. I don't even like stocking feet, socks on. I would bring slippers with me, and I would wear slippers. And I was the only one. Dennis, why do you wear slippers? And I said to them, because socks are underwear for your feet. I don't want people walking around my home in their socks any more than I want people sitting on my sofa or on my chairs in their underwear. That was my thing. So I'd be sitting next to some guy who not only man spreads, I can't really show you on camera, but he would put his foot up. I can show it a little bit. Put his foot up. So now I'm squirmed to one side because this guy's man spreading, and I have his foot like 2 feet from my face. I wanted to cut that foot off. Anyways, this amused me, this thing about man spreading, and maybe some of you are familiar with the problem, but in Madrid, Spain, and actually several cities around the country, even including the United States, they're putting up signs asking men to please be courteous and not spread their legs at a big 90-degree angle while they're sitting, because they take up 2 seats and it's uncomfortable for the person sitting next to you, especially when you've got 2 guys doing it and there's someone crushed in between. So anyways, that's my kitchen vlog for today. Thanks for listening, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do.